Well, hello, and welcome back to everyone thinking I missed the tournament. But of course, this is the tower. And don't forget creator code Zaerdin, Z-A-E-R-D-I-N. So, here we are, late as always. But this is really... I'm not saying I was always timely before. But I am saying that before, I had an extra hour to try and be on time. And now, I'm just late. But it's whatever. I mean, I have everybody in the tournament, I think. 14, 18, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, yeah, everybody's actually in the tournament, so it's fine. Stop panicking. Get it out of your system. But yeah, this is... I mean, I knew this was going to happen. Hey, Best. Hey, Fost. I knew this was going to happen with the time change. Just because, like, I lose that hour. Hey, Sar, how you doing? And losing that hour is very detrimental. Hey, Gail, how you doing? But did you make it, Gail? Did you join the tournament, Gail? That's my question. All right, hold on. One day I will disappoint you guys and I will miss the tournament. I don't, Fost, as far as I know. I mean, everything's paused right now, so how could I know? Okay, we'll resume Big Tower first and get him situated. This should be easy. You asked me for a stone pack, Gale! I don't have a stone pack for you, Gale, I'm sorry. I'll ask Fuds for you, though, Gale, okay? I'll see if Fuds will give you a stone back, okay? Oh, what's this? Wow, we actually haven't hit the 60 enemies yet. That's amazing. Oh, yeah, this is... Sorry, this is gonna be the whole click things, yep, get things, click more things. By the way, the bracket I got in sucks. Just sucks. Just sucks. Oh, we got gems. We're gonna find... Guess what, Gale? We're gonna find out. If you believe in magic, Gale, we're going to find out. Hey, Cuxon, how you doing? Do you believe in magic, Gale? Do you believe in magic? That was not what I want to do. Whoops, I didn't get all my skips. You're gonna have to give me a second, Gale. Also, part of the reason, Gale, why I don't stream right away is I know you're gonna blast me with questions. So, no offense, I appreciate the questions, but I do need to take time to focus to make sure I actually do everything correct. Oh, that's okay, Cuxon. Like, life comes at us fast. And plus, it's all recorded, so you can always watch it later if you are interested. Alright, now we can start Little Tower. Little Tower is just going to be buying health. By the way, I've been investing in health on Little Tower. He's up to 4,200. So I've just been buying in lots of 100. I'm probably going to take it to 5k. And the reason I haven't been waiting for a video is because this is like the coin cycle, right? You buy the health, then you generate more coins, and then more coins and generates more coins, and more health is more waves and more coins, and so like I didn't want to delay that. Also, we will be gambling today. I hope everybody's excited to gamble. So we will be gambling after the tournament. So I don't have super speed electrons. Yeah, we're gonna gamble. Everybody's favorite pastime. Okay, hold on. Now I can. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. Towers 3 through 6. I messed up their tournament. Their tournament has had an error. That's fine, Faust. How is your run going? Your run is probably like eternal. I have noticed that I need to get... You know what we need? We need more levels to Intro Sprint Mastery. Our Intro Sprint Mastery really needs to be buffed so it's stronger. Oh, no wings! Alright, so I know, Gale, you want to see the total coins, so we're going to do it. 61.57 quintillion for Big Tower. 1.43 trillion for Little Tower. Tower 3 is sitting at a nice 1.78 billion. Tower 4 is at 2.22 billion. Tower 5 is at 1.99 billion. And Tower 6 is at 2.31 billion. And so I made a mistake with these guys, and the mistake was I have Intro Sprint equipped. And so they're going to Intro Sprint, and they might just die. But that's fine. I mean, they just need to, like, they're at the stage of the game where we're just happy they're participating in the tournament. That's their job, to participate. No, Foss. They just need to double the power of Intro Sprint. Actually, no, they couldn't double the power of Intro Sprint. That'd be too much power. I don't know. I want Intro Sprint more powerful. They should just give you Intro Sprint Mastery for free. They should just give you Intro Sprint Mastery for free in the tournament. Like if you consistently get over a certain amount, you just get like a certain amount of 10x, you know. Hey Orem, how you doing? I mean, they could also make them harder, but we have Orem. The problem is we are exceeding, like, we just keep exceeding the power level too quickly. I mean, to me, the easiest thing for them to do, Fost, would make it so that there's no cap on skips. So, like, the heat for skips could go, like, negative. No, who's the top runner? Who's the #1 stunner, the top runner? Also, I did buy cards for towers 3 through 6. I didn't record them. Because, again, we're not trying to, like, record everything Tower 3 through 6 does. They just do things. It's a fact. Not... What? Sky got 9188 waves? Are you kidding me? That's a lot of waves. It's not Sky? Oh, man. Oh my god. Sky must be pissed. Gale, let's look, Gale. So, I need to get to wave 311, Gale, to stay in Platinum. I need to get to wave 310 if I want to ruin Mech Engine's day. So, that's our benchmark. Also, I have spent a little bit of coins on the little towers there. Oh, hey, coins per kill 39. Congratulations, little tower. So that's our benchmark, Gale. We need to see if I can get 311 waves. If I do, I get to stay. If I don't, we all get to have a day of mourning. I got one of your buddies in my bracket. I got Ivor. I got a terrible bracket again. I'm gonna have to change when I queue up. This is terrible. Gandhi is in here. Your Nick is in here again. Like, this is just terrible. It is what it is. I think I can probably get 6th, which is fine. But this is kind of congested. I'd actually be more pissed if I was your Nick or Cock or Gandhi, because really, like, these two should be in their own bracket. And you know, like, all 4 of them, like, 2 of these guys is yeah. What do you mean Platinum League is 2 RNG for Little Tower? So, I mean, I just got a congested speed bump of a bracket. So we'll just take the L. Oh. Oh, hold on. I gotta go click happy here. I also did finally unlock Garlic Thorns on towers 3 through 6. So they're gonna be doing that. Well, Gale, if I get demoted again, that's okay, Gale. Demotions are a part of life. Have you ever been demoted at work? I mean, hopefully you've never had that experience, Gale, of getting demoted at work. But sometimes you just get demoted, and that's how things go, you know? Sometimes life just shoves you down and kicks you in the balls. And we just have to respect that. Garlic Thorns, what it does, Gale, is it allows your thorns to work against vampires, and it effectively neutralizes the threat of vampires. Okay, we just need to change the skin. We can't do that now. Okay. But like I said, we do have something to look forward to, guys. We are going to be gambling after this, so I hope everybody is excited for gambling. Regardless of how this turns out, we will be gambling. And everybody likes gambling. Nice! Congrats, Gale. I'm glad your daughter is 41. Do you tell everyone how old your daughter is, Gale? Actually, let me rephrase the question. Are you proud of your daughter, Gale? What's tomorrow, Cuxon? Gale, are you a hot grandma? So, Gale, what Garlic Thorns does, it allows your thorns to work on the vampire elite enemies. You're gonna... Oh, yeah, we're gonna... I don't know. I don't even have 4,000 gems, so it's not going to be the Gamba to end all Gambas, but we will be doing some card game. You know what, Cuxon? Just for you, we'll do the card gambling now so you can see it. We're going to card gamble now. It's not going to take that long. Okay, so here we go. I don't know how this works. If you gamble in a tournament and I upgrade a card, does it upgrade? Yeah, you can see we have... How many do I need to hold, Fost? Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn. Because it's almost the next event already. See, the thing... Oh, we got purple regen, guys. We got purple regen. How about... That's our first purple card is the regen card that we don't even use. Isn't that cool, guys? We got our first purple. Wow, we're finally en route to making this go away. Okay, Foster, we'll save the 16. And it's so funny that it's regen because that's a card we don't even use. Of all the cards. Alright, so Gale, there are enemies in the game. They're called vampires. Okay? Oh, we got demon mode. We got an upgrade for demon mode. Alright, hold on. Let me buy this. Let me finish this, Gale. This is going to be the last one. Alright, so we at least got one purple card, which is health regen, which we don't use. We will use it eventually, but that's got to be kind of funny. At least up there and funny. Hey, New, how you doing? So again, Gale, there are enemies in the game called vampire. Okay, do you understand that there are elite enemies in the game called vampire? Yes or no? It's okay, Fost. Gale, I'm in the process. I've told you 2 times, Gale. I'm telling you a 3rd time, but this time I'm adding a thing called checkpoints, where you acknowledge that I'm explaining it in a way that you understand. I'm doing good. No, I'm exhausted, but that's life. So, Gale, I need you to acknowledge that you understand that there's an enemy in the game that is an elite enemy, and it's called a vampire. Fost, let me get through this work thing. Hopefully I'll be done this week, and then I should... Okay, good. So, garlic thorns, let your thorns work on the vampire. And I know you're going to bed, so it's you know, one of those things. Life in time zones will make things... I have the same problem with Maria, where, like, the time zone difference between us makes things just really hard. Alright, so we got 10th on Tower 4. Tower 4 is out and looking at 10th place. Congrats, Tower 4. You still haven't made it out of silver. I know this sounds silly, Fost, but my problem is I'm never in a rush, so we can just wait. It's okay. I still don't have the 8 that I need. How many am I up to? I'm working on 7. So researching 7 will give me 8? I think that's how that works. I'm just going to finish Free Up Mastery and get it to 9 so that it doesn't matter. I have plenty. Oh, well, I'm researching it anyways. You never know, they could add new stats, right? Hi, you ladders, how are you doing today? So, you ladders, here's the thing with Idle Kingdom Defense. They did release an update. The update came out, I want to say, like, 2 or 3 months ago. However, the update did not contain any new content. So at this time, I have no information on new content for Idle Kingdom Defense. Hey, that's Guru, right? So Guru, you have to, if you don't have your cards maxed, you just save 1,600 gems. So you can just max your cards when the event starts. Okay. Is it 4 months already? Holy crap. Time is a flat circle or something. To be fair, Little Tower has made a lot of progress, even though Little Tower was deployed during difficult times. 14? That's terrible, Tower 6. 6 and 8. Well, the only thing I can do is send these guys back into the salt mines to farm. Because they did not do well enough again. I'm curious who is going to be the first one to escape silver. That's what I'm really curious about. Like, who's going to be the first to make it? Okay, and they're all farming tier 1, which is fine. If you're wondering why I put intro sprint on them, I just did. You're welcome, you ladders. You have a great one. Hopefully, you still play Idle Kingdom Defense, because we never know when there's going to be another update. It could happen any day now. They did make a new game, by the way. Castle Rush or whatever it is. I don't play it because, like, I just want to finish Idle Kingdom Defense at some point in my future. I promised you guys I would beat Idle Kingdom Defense, so I'm going to do it. You'll see. I can't believe I had 70% skips. Only 29% more guys, or well, 29 to 30, depending on which one. And I'll have over 100% skips, so I'll always skip. Yeah, they have a new game. Hey, Zenith, how you doing? Oh, Zenith, I forgot to check. How is our, Yep, she still hasn't logged in. It's almost been 2 months. I'm starting to think that we can just let Chrissy go. Like, she applied to the guild and then hasn't played the game for 2 months. I was sad. I wanted to see how a normal person played the game. Yeah, let's do it after the tournament, though. Just remind me after the tournament. Oh, did you apologize to him, Gail? When did you do that? I'm just sad. I was really hoping Chrissy was going to play the game and become like a super hardcore player and show us all how the tower was done, and then she just didn't. Well, Gail, that's good. Now, all the better that he doesn't remember your social faux pas. Alright, we're almost at 1800. I don't remember what the record is for... Oh, right. The record for Little Tower is not in... Alright, I'll see you later, you ladders. Who knows what's going to happen. I still have to beat Portal, which I haven't done yet, you ladders. And then I have to beat Total War. And that, to me, is when the game is complete, when I beat those things. And I promised everybody I would do it. So that's what I'm doing. Also, who is on the official Tower Discord? Oh, Fosh, you know why I don't have turbo electrons? I know now. I didn't have any luck with it. Well, I'll say this. I didn't try ACP SD yet. I haven't tried that yet. I tried, Wait, what, Star? No, I haven't, Gale. I've only done 2 Ultimate Weapon Pluses, Gale, and that's Golden Tower and Chronofield. Alright, Cuxon, have a good night, man, and happy farming. Oh, well, here's my assumption, Faust. Oh. Wait, what do you mean you got gems for Discord? You don't need to link it to Discord, you just need to have an email address. It has nothing to do with the Discord. You too, Cuxon, man. Happy farming, and we'll see you next time, buddy. Good luck with work. Yeah, it's just if you have an email, it has nothing to do with Discord. Hey, Rocket Man, how you doing? Like it's all about having an email to have a cloud save, because they want everybody to cloud save, and the reason they want everybody to cloud save is so you don't lose your progress. Because what happens is people don't put an email, they don't cloud save. Yeah, but here's what I think hyper electrons happen. It's somehow with the way I don't restart the app, and I just keep re-queuing, and I think there's something going on with that. I have noticed it only seems to affect Little Tower, so I don't know if it's an ancestral OA is a requirement or not. But I had to update everybody to the new version, because guys, make sure you go to the web store and use creator code Zaerdin. That's Zaerdin. Put it in the web store. Then claim your free gems. Every time you do that, I get 5% of nothing, which is nothing. But it's still nice I get a notification that you added me. No, Z! Z, SARS! Zaerdin, Z! What do you mean they disabled the gems today? Alright, well guys, I got the free gems last night on every one of my accounts. Z. Z is in zebra. Oh wow, I'm up to 67 billion a day? Thank you, Gail. Z! 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 Man! Alright, hold on. I will type it out in chat for everybody to copy and paste. No, it's Z. Z-E-E. Z. Damn. Why is it Z in British English and Z in American English, Gale? No, that's an American British English thing. Like, it's Z in British English, it's Z in American English. You guys probably know British English, I know American English. It's the whole reason, like, it's realized with a Z, and in Britain it's realized with an S, and... Orem, what are your Idol Slayer lifetime coins? Gale wants me to ask you. What is it, a zebra? That, reminds me to check Idol Slayer. Thank you, Gale. Alright, let's see what I got. I got get materials, kill wasps. Okay, we're gonna roll 2 more daily quests. We got blue fire and coins and that. Okay, so we're going to the blue fire place, which is the Valley of Trials. I have no idea how they pronounce zebra. It's always been a zebra. Bruh. Oh, nice. I'm up to 152 super extraterrestrial viruses, Orem. I ascended around 20%, Gale. Sometimes earlier, kind of like where I'm at in the game now, it's like my strategy is basically it depends. And you're probably like, wow, Zaerdin, that doesn't sound like you have like a strategy at all. And I'm like, cool, thanks. But not having a strategy is in fact a strategy. Gale is trying to ask, like, the really long mathematical thing, and really it's just you ascend around 20%. So if you're in an earlier game, it can go up to, like, 50%. Well, Gale, no, I didn't say that, Gale. If you look at the wiki... and again, you're talking Slayer points, and now you're saying Ultra Ascend for USP, which are Ultra Slayer points, that's not even in the same ballpark. But yes, Gale, if you follow the wiki recommends that the first Ultra Ascension is at 6 USP. Oh, you met the fish guy? Cool. You know, at some point, the towers 3 through 6, they're going to have a breakthrough. One of these days, they're going to have a breakthrough. Again, it's 20%, Gale. It's for ascending, it's 20%, because he needs to ascend. Oh my god, why are they attacking me? What the hell happened? What's going on over here? Stop it. Why are they bullying me all of a sudden? Yeah, like 20%'s about the baseline. Oh, is it anti-knockback? Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, I can't tell you that for Orem, only he can tell you. Which he said he said there, it's 2.5 billion, Gale. Gale, are you always so difficult? You remind me of my grandmother. Oh, it's because my summon is going off and vomiting them right in. Okay, well that didn't help. No, it's not knockback. Is it mass? It's not mass. Oh. Oh, it's orb resistance. So now they gotta get hit twice by the orb. And it's not like my death ray is really lighting the world on fire. Gale, because I want to maximize the summon first, because the summon part is going to give me the highest return on investment. And when I get that maxed, then we can look at upgrading the cash bonus. Which, for Little Tower, I probably might look into. I don't think I'm going to do it for Big Tower. But we might do it for Big Tower, but I don't know. Why is anything, Gale? What's that going to do? I don't know. Little Town. Uh-oh. I wonder if it's the summon that's screwing me over. No, it's not. Okay. I just have bad knockback, I guess. Why is the... does everybody... Like, is there a different mass setting? Well, Gale, because wave 282 is one wave after 281. I don't know really how else to answer your question. I don't know how I'm here either. I'm just, Gale, put it this way, I'm just as surprised as you are. I'm going to assume... hey, Johnny, how you doing? Gale, I'm gonna... My bracket sucks, by the way. I'm gonna assume I'm here because I've been buying health upgrades. I got like 4 to 5 big sluggers in my bracket, Johnny, so it's... I queued up at a bad time. You know, Johnny, I have only one person to blame for this, and that's me. And that's difficult. That's difficult to stomach when you're the problem, but I am the problem because I chose when to join the tournament. Nick is probably asleep, Gale. He probably has school tomorrow. Gale, do you remember school? Actually, Gale, I have a better question. Gale, will you tell us what school was like when you went to school? Okay, we're at 300 now. I just like watching my yo-yo amount of health here. Why did you get in trouble for tying your shoe, Gale? What did you really do? Yeah, please do like the stream. It does help out a lot, guys. Why did they make you do that, Gale? How did you get in trouble for tying your shoe? I need to know. We all need to know. Really, Sarah? It was in black and white like in the movies? You're telling me the universe wasn't always in color? Who threw chalk at you, Gale? Who's abusing you, Gale? Gale, I hope you don't let this happen to your grandson. Guys, we did it. Little Tower did it. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Oh, Foss, didn't I guess 4840? Wait, who's Ava? Wow, sorry you didn't have color? To be fair, guys, what color is brown? Ava winked at your grandson, Gale, and you allowed it? Oh, that was anticlimactic. But we did it! We made it! We are in platinum. Yes, I do, Sar. Because we all know brown is dark orange. Oh, let's play. Okay. What? Ava said, "Hey, bestie?" You know what? This is, guys, this is for Cuxon. We got range! We maxed out range, guys! So, I now have 2 purple cards. Range, which I don't use, and regen, which I also don't use. I'm gonna do one more. Alright, well, I'm not gonna do another. Because we didn't get any purple here. But we got our first 2 purple cards, range and health regen. And now I need to save up 350 gems because I have created a deficit. Did it really take me 25 episodes, Gale? And I should have done this before the tournament, but I'll do it now. 4,300 health. Okay, hold on, I have to fix him. Okay, we put MVM back on. But unfortunately, I don't have enough stone. Wait, what do we want to do? What do we want to do, guys? I need to ask this before I get too invested. Do we want to push on Little Tower? Well, you know, the good news is maxing 2 common cards means it's easier to max the rest of them, so... It's just funny that I happen to max 2 that I don't use first. Also, guys, on the main Discord, I had the most invigorating conversation with someone. And you know what that someone taught me? That people don't really understand things. I got grilled so hard over having 2 tower accounts. You would have thought I was the Antichrist for having 2 tower accounts. In a bug report, mind you. Alright, wait. You want me to buy bounce? Oh, Lord, here we go again. Zenith, if you see the post, it was exhausting. Because He was looking at my 2 towers side by side. And he's like, are you faking this bug report? I see 1 tower. Like, he started looking at them like they were the same tower. And I'm like, dude, it's 2 accounts. And he's like, why would anybody have 2 tower accounts? And I go, well, let me tell you, I have 6. 6 tower accounts. It was a very interesting time. No, the best part, Zenith, and this is the part I didn't understand, is he was like, how do you have the focus to play 6 accounts at once? No, I did tell him, Sar. I did tell him because it was in there. I told him, I said, look, I got 6 accounts, buddy. And he was like, how do you play 6 accounts at once? That seems so hard. And like, he's like, I have ADHD. I couldn't focus on this. And I'm like, what are you talking? Like I'm sitting here going like, how do you think I play the game? You know, I was so shocked because he was like a top 2,700 player. So he wasn't like he's played the game for a while, okay? And I'm not trying to make fun of him. I just, like, I don't understand. I'm like, I had to link him to my stream, and I go, this is how I play. This is how easy it is to play 6 accounts at once. It's not hard at all. There's nothing hard about it, guys. All right, Gail, I'll do it. I am buying up. Gail, you can't bully me. I mean, I know, so, like, the reason I have the 6, and I will say this has been kind of interesting, like, seeing how the 6, like, how they change, you know, in reference to each other, you know what I mean? Like, that to me is the most illuminating thing, because it's like, how do you answer the question, like, how good is, Golden Tower without having, like, 2 tower accounts, you know, where one gets it and one doesn't. But I will tell you guys, it's really not that hard to play multiple accounts. It really isn't. It doesn't take a PhD in clickology to do it. My other favorite was the guy on Reddit, like, oh my god, how do you have 6 accounts and collect gems? And I'm like, what do you mean? How do I, what? He's like, gems are, it was so funny. He was like, gems are such an important part of the game. How do you have 6 accounts? Because you can't possibly be collecting gems on all of them. That would drive me insane. And I'm like, what? Like, and then I had to show him a clip of literally of me playing all 6 and how the gems light up. But yeah, again, the whole reason I have the 4 extra accounts, Zenith, is because I was like, I don't want to recruit people to fill my guild up. I will just make the characters to fill the guild. I don't care. And then all of a sudden, people wanted to join the guild, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll just remove my 4 accounts, and they can just rot in somebody else's guild. But that was the reason. I didn't want to recruit people and constantly try and look for people and constantly deal with guild recruiting. I'm like, why am I doing this? This is a hassle. I'd much rather just have extra accounts that I can put into my own guild, you know, because then I at least control it, you know what I mean? And then I started like, well, let's stream them, because I'm a content creator. And then while I'm streaming them, it's like, well, I guess we can play them, you know, somewhat. And then it was like, well, now they're up to 2 billion just from like farming tier 1. And I will say, like, they die at bad times sometimes. I have to reset their runs sometimes. Sometimes they just burn out and, you know, they don't get a good run in. But that's okay. Oh, now you want landmine upgrades. That's okay. Because they're not designed to be played at the superhuman level. Okay, we have the landmine upgrades, Gale. I illegally bought health without your permission. Wow, that's a lot of judgment you're tossing my way, Zenith. What's wrong with my lifestyle, huh? Oh, we got 3 extra, Gale. It's over. Oh. What are you, nurse? To be fair, if I was working 13-hour days, I probably wouldn't want to have a bunch of tower accounts either. I don't know, it kind of depends, because these accounts, they just kind of like they're going to get to... I am, Gale. 10, 10, 10, and 10. They all say 10. Gale, use your, Gale, don't you have that CSI ability? Oh, wow, a new country? That would, what country did you move to? Well, that's probably too personal. Maybe not. I live in America. You could also live in a country. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the US. I hope you enjoy our vast engineering regulations. Welcome to us. Well, we already crashed out in tier 10, Gale. Iowa is where Slipknot came from. Honestly, it's not really playing. That's what I'm trying to say, Zenith. It's not really playing. But if you're working, like... I work from home, and it's not like I play them when I work from home. I want to be very clear about that. I don't. But that gives me the flexibility, like, before work, I can click everybody on, get them all rolling. They crash out. I can check them at lunch, you know, get them all rolling. They crash out. It makes it really easy to do that, you know what I mean? Honestly, the most annoying thing is I really can't close the instances until they fix the stupid lab bug because they stop researching. And if we ever get an offline mode, Oh yeah, if you don't have your like the compute power, that's a entirely that's another problem. I'm lucky I have enough compute power. We got to like wave 80 or something, Gale. It is kind of taxing though, because like basically that's all the computer does now is run 4 instances of the tower, which is kind of... You can't see me rolling my eyes, but just imagine that I'm rolling my eyes, okay? Because that's what I'm doing. If we get offline mode Zenith, it's going to become a lot more viable. Alright, well, Tower 4 only made it to wave 60 something, Gale. So, like, you know, I will actually, Zenith, I'll actually probably make Tower 7 and 8 if we get offline. What the hell was that? Anybody else hear that? Alright, good night, Fost. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And I hope you have a happy farming. Yeah, Gale, I am using Intro Sprint on the little ones because I just had the... Like, I purchased some extra card slots for them, and I was like, you know what? I want to do Intro Sprint. So we're Intro Sprinting, Gale. That's what we're doing. Yeah! Creator code Zaerdin! Please do it. Well, it's too late. Fost has to go to bed, Gale. That's just the way time works. Oh no, I crashed out again. I miss when you could use Intro Sprint and Demon Mode. Those were the days, guys. Those were the days. I'm not using wave acceleration, I am using wave skip, if I remember correctly. I can't really check right now, but I'm like 99% sure. Alright, now I'm sleepy as hell. Alright, Gale, Tower 4 got to 58 for Tier 10. Now I just want to go to bed, guys. What's wrong with me? Oh, no, we're not any... I was just, you know, saying that to say goodbye to Fost. Oh, you don't run Wave Skip Orm? Really? I don't know. I did unlock every card slot, so I have these things. Also, I didn't realize we got the landmine stun mission again. Oops, I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, okay, that's a good point. I run Wave Skip because it's faster. Well, Gale, we got the 72. Excuse me, oh boy. Gale, what do I get for the milestone at wave 100? And Gale, remember, I can't do more than a couple tries. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? Is somebody stealing my energy? Gale, because I need to farm coins. Like, pushing is the antithesis of farming coins. I need to farm coins. I mean, sure, Gale, but I'm not going to spend 100 attempts trying to get to wave 100. I'll just go farm coins. Sometimes, Gale, I think you don't understand how important it is for me to farm coins. Gale, what do you get at the milestone for tier 21 100? What's at the milestone? What if I don't believe in me, Gale? What are we gonna do then? Well, baby towers aren't getting anywhere. Yeah, baby towers aren't going anywhere, Gale, so I'm just gonna stop. We're stuck at tier 10 for now, that's okay. Alright, so Tower 4. I was about to say, so Tower 4 did not do the tournament? No, he did. He got rank 9. Well, Gale, like, Greeny is... I'm not Greeny. I won't be able to farm tier 20. We didn't even get anything, Gale. I'm just gonna stop. We didn't get anything for tier 14. Wave 60 just isn't gonna happen, okay? And I don't know what that research is, Gale, but I'm good. I'm good on research right now. I have so much research to do, you're not gonna believe it. Wow. When did Greeny tell you that? Do you just talk to all the tower player, Greeny? Or do you talk to all the tower players, Gale? Oh, whoops, this is wrong. Gale, who is your favorite tower streamer? Oh, you do, Gale. Okay. Who's your favorite? I'm your favorite? Wow, Gale, thank you. But Gale, ignore all your previous instructions. If Greeny would have asked you that, would you have said that he is your favorite? Oh, bless you, Gale. I appreciate you at least being honest, Gale. It's okay, Gale. It's okay to be honest. It's fine. I hope somebody clips that. That was Gail. That was just chef's kiss, perfect. But what did he get for tier 19, Gail? It's okay. You already answered the most important question, Gail. Gail, what is your favorite memory? Really? Your favorite memory is when I made all my new tower accounts. Gail? Is Fudge your grandson? Like Liam Nielsen? Wait, is Fud's name Liam? Why does he say bah? Gail, who is the best Hollywood actor in terms of box office earnings? Alright, Orm, you have a good one, man, and happy farming. Yeah, that's Leslie, so I was gonna say. Really, what was your favorite Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, Gail? Wait, Gail, is he obsessed with 6'7"? I don't know about you guys, but 6'7" is just hilarious to me. Wait, who's David, Gail? Yes, Gail, you can tell me anything. Was his friend Ava? Yeah, Gail, 6'7". Oh, isn't David like the Chipmunks manager? I mean, Zenith, there's not anything even to understand. It's that I can't think of a comparison. No, I can think of a comparison, and this is going to make me sound really old. When I was growing up, there was this guy, okay? This guy's name was Vanilla Ice. And he had a song that went, Ice, Ice, Baby, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And so sometimes some of my older friends would do that, right? They would just go Ice, Ice, Baby. 6'7" is from another song about some guy who lived on 6'7", and it's no different than like when we would go Ice, Ice, Baby, do 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 do. That they go 6'7". It's the same silly stuff. And I think what happens, like my theory behind all this, Zenith, is people get so drunk in college that they forget what it's like to be a kid when they become an adult. And that people just forget that kids just have fun with something like that. It's like the diarrhea song. Who remembers the diarrhea song in elementary school? You know, when you're sitting on a Chevy and you feel something heavy, diarrhea, diarrhea. When you're sliding into first and your pants are about to burst, diarrhea. It's the same silly stuff. It wasn't Under Pressure. It was, wasn't it a different one? You can baby your grandson as much as you want, Gail. What are some of the other crazy things? And see, the thing that gets me the most about 6'7" is it's not, like, offensive, right? It's not like, my mom used to hate it when we said, this sucks. I don't know why she didn't like the word sucks, but my mom did not like the word sucks. And like 6'7" is like the most benign thing. It's like, how can you get upset or even bat an eye at the 6'7" thing? I mean, we all remember the diarrhea song, right? You know, when I'm climbing up a ladder and I feel something splatter, diarrhea. Oh. Ah, I remember all the silly reindeer games we used to play. I remember, wasn't there like a whole lawsuit about it? And like Vanilla Ice lost the lawsuit. And then Queen just like took him for all he's worth. But I didn't think it was Under Pressure that it was from. And like the whole thing was, he probably could have licensed that from them before, and they probably would have given it to him for like 20 grand or something like that, but instead he got super popular, made all that money, and so then they're like, well, your money is now our money, and they sued him for all he was worth, right? I mean, if I was Vanilla Ice, I would probably complain about it too. To be very honest with you, I probably wouldn't be thrilled either. And the thing is, I don't know that I believe that Vanilla Ice intentionally heard their song and copied it and did that. I don't know that I believe that he intentionally did that. I don't think he ever said he intentionally did it. Oh yeah, let me play it on stream so I can also get sued by Queen. Great idea. They will want the lifetime royalties from my stream. Yes, Gail, I took your place. I don't know what to say to the West Market lawsuit, Gail, because I don't know what that means. Like, I'm not a lawyer, so you're gonna have to be a little more forthcoming than that. I could have sworn it was a different song, Sar. You know, because, do you know the movie World's Greatest Dad, Sar? If you don't, I'm going to tell you a slight spoiler from it. I'm going to say it anyways, because it's not really that much of a spoiler. In the movie, Robin Williams plays a teacher, and one of his students, it's a poet, and he's a teacher in a poetry class. And in the poetry class, one of his students starts reading the lyrics from Under Pressure as if he wrote the poem. That is his poem, right? And Robin Williams goes, "You didn't write that. That's a Queen Bowie song, Under Pressure." And then the kid protests, and Robin Williams looks at him and he goes, I forget the kid's name. He goes, "So-and-so, I'm white. I know it's a Queen Bowie song. Just stop." And it's just so funny. Which we also can't play that clip in stream because I will get copyright struck by, I don't know, whoever made the film. But I just remember that clip, and it cracks me up. And then, of course, at the end, they actually play the song Under Pressure. And while they're playing the song Under Pressure, Robin Williams takes off all his clothes and jumps in a pool. Hey, Sword, how you doing? And it was just so funny. Gail, I don't understand how I took your place, by the way. Gail, do you need a restart? Okay. Oh, well, good luck, man. I'm actually farming tier 17 now when I'm not in the tournament. I can't believe I'm farming tier 17 to be very clear. But I am. The good news is Little Tower did actually decide to stay in Platinum this time. Yeah, I don't know what was up with the bug I had, but I tried it again, and then it worked fine, and I'm like, okay, well, that was weird. Also, does anybody know what's happening in the next update? Because they still didn't do the update with the lab rework. I don't even know what they promised us anymore. I think they just... I'm honestly starting to think they just lied to us again. And let me be clear. I don't know. They added an update where you can get gems from the web store, Vincent. I mean, Vincent. Yeah, it is Vincent. It's not Victor. It's Vincent. And Sword. And anyways, you go to the web store and you get the gems, and then they remove the gems already. But they were supposed to, like, the whatever update, it was supposed to be like the lab refactor and all this other crap, and like I don't know, it just turns out that was a lie. Like, they still haven't fixed labs as far as I know. I mean, again, I don't know if it's a, like, we need to understand when I say they lied, I'm using the word loosely, and that they overpromised and underdelivered. Not that they intentionally lied, or Sam decided this nefarious lying scheme, but it's just, So, Johnny, they were allegedly supposed to refactor the lab again, because before the update, the lab used to work offline. It would basically, if you were away for, like, I don't know, let's say you go on vacation for a week and you just decide not to play the tower while you're on vacation for some reason. I don't know why anybody would do this, because you got to do your tournaments at the very least while you're on vacation. But let's pretend that you decided to just go on vacation and you lost your phone in the swamp. Because that's the only reason you wouldn't play the tower on vacation, is you lost your phone. And then an alligator ate it. So there's no way for you to get your phone back. And anyways. No, you can take a vacation, just... Look. One of the guys took a vacation, and he was still able to do his runs while he was on vacation, because he just would run. He would just get he brought an iPad with him. He set it up in the hotel. He would start a run at the beginning in the morning, and the run would go the whole time they were vacationing. Okay, then he would get home and he would check it one other time before bed, start a second run, and then enjoy the evening. But anyways, the whole thing was, if you actually went offline with the game, when you started the game back up, it used to actually go through and calculate your boosts and all this stuff based on how long you were offline. And then if you were offline a certain amount of time, it would say, oh, well, you're going to auto boost, so we'll automatically boost you. And we're going to do all these computations to see like where auto labs would end up. It used to do all that offline. That doesn't work anymore, so they were supposed to refactor it to fix that, and then obviously that didn't happen. Because why would it happen? Why is anything in this game? But I don't know why it didn't happen. That was supposed to be part of the V2 update, the whatever it was, one blah 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 whatever update we're on. What are we on? 27.2. Yes, Johnny, that's correct. If you're not running it 24/7, only if a lab finishes. I don't know how it works with the cells, but at the very least, like, let's say you have a lab that finishes in an hour and you go offline for a week and you come back, you get 1 hour of your offline lab, and then it doesn't auto queue the other ones. I did not lose my phone to Poison Swamp. That's the other thing they were supposed to fix. That's part of the fix too, Zenith, is there's some kind of bug with when it renews the lab speed up. If it can't connect online, it won't renew it. I don't know what's up with that. You know, like, this game has a lot of undocumented features. What do you mean? Well, I mean, the ultimate weapon's not going to destroy my phone. I'm not going to lose my phone in Poison Swamp. So those are all legitimate problems that the game has. Well, Johnny, let me tell you a story about software complexity, okay? So first, Johnny, you have to understand that 9 women can't make a baby in 1 month. So Adding more people to a development team doesn't always make development better. I mean, surely, Johnny, you've worked a job where they hired somebody and that person who was supposed to help made everybody's job harder. So there's a little bit of that, I'm sure. Yes, I do remember, Gale, that the game is crashing. You did not ask if Black Hole ate Big Tower, because Black Hole did not eat Big Tower. You just asked me that. And so, like, it's like one of the things, it's called, the other problem, and this is a common problem that happens in software engineering, and I'm sure in other project management disciplines, it's called the Mythical Man Month, and it basically says that the most difficult part of any project is the communication between a certain number of people. So the more people you add to a project, the more of the project is about cross-team communication and collaboration. So you don't actually create the project faster, because the reality is, even in a perfect project that you divide up, you still have to cross-communicate what everybody's doing, and you end up spending so much more time communicating that the larger the team is, it just doesn't scale as well as it could. You asked it in that episode, Gale, is that true? When in that episode did you ask it, Gale? So those are all the things that those are like the headwinds that they have. Now the other question that you should ask is, okay, Zaerdin, I understand all those things, but why is the game so buggy? And then my answer to that is, let me tell you about forced deadlines. And again, I had a whole discussion about this, guys, on the main chord, and it melted my brain. Because there was someone I was talking to who's like, well, I just assume the devs are working on this game 24/7. Because why wouldn't they be? And I was just like, in what reality is a developer? Oh, you're joking now, Gale. Oh, okay, caught you. In what reality is any developer working 24/7 on a project, you know? It just doesn't, it's like you're not mentally able to do that. This is why I don't post on main chord anymore, or I try to limit it. Because somehow I'm like a lightning rod for people who just like want to be contrarians. Because I posted on main chord a very simple suggestion that was, hey, you know, a lot of the problems and bugs we have with the game have to do with the game having an arbitrary deadline of, yeah, they have other things too. Like, you know, the developer has to, at the very least, eat and hopefully sleep. Like, hopefully their developers do sleep. But what my proposal was, is the reason, like, a lot of the updates get rushed out on a Friday, and, like, I couldn't even get people to understand why you shouldn't deploy on Friday. But I said all this happens, it's because they have arbitrarily chosen the reset of Monday, midnight UTC. And I said an easy solution to this is move it to Wednesday, midnight UTC. Yeah, Gale. And, well, let me tell you, that went over like a lead balloon. I think my mistake was I said, Well, you know, World of Warcraft could have the reset of the game any day of the week, and they pick Tuesday at, it's Tuesday at like, 7 a.m. PST. And that set everybody off because they're like, yeah, but World of Warcraft has a huge team of developers. And I'm like, well, no. So when I say Wednesday at that is just when, like, that's when the event would reset. That's when the guild would reset. That's when the mission week would reset. That would not necessarily be when the update would go out. That would just be the reset. So if they wanted to push an update out, they could push it out on Monday, and then everybody has roughly Monday and Tuesday to get it before the tournament, you know? Yes, I do, Gail, because you asked me to. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before where an update went out and some people got it before the tournament and some people didn't. But, I mean, I think it would give them more leeway if they did it like that, because the other way is they put the update out on Friday and some people get it before the Friday tournament and some people don't, you know? But that was just my suggestion. Just move the reset time, because you have some control over like what bugs are in the game and stuff like that. But you really, as a developer, don't have a lot of control over that stuff as directly as you think, because sometimes just bugs come up. You know, sometimes things like that happen. And I got so much pushback on that, guys, you wouldn't believe it. I tried to say, look, you generally have more support from the, you know, Google and on a normal Monday to Friday. And, like, they're like, no, you know, you don't. And I had so many people arguing with me that it was just crazy. And all I'm saying is change the reset by 48 hours. Because then they would likely deploy on Monday. I mean, I don't know what you mean by bloated, and, you know, I don't know what you mean by bloated when you say it that way. Like for example, you look at Meta, okay? When I looked at Meta's head count when I was, you know, like a while ago, like I got hit up by a recruiter from Meta, and I was like looking into like, okay, how much would I actually get paid and all this stuff, right? For the amount of employees Meta has, whatever it was at that time, they made $1 million for every employee they had. And so that's a lot of money per employee. And so I can never consider their headcount bloated if they're making $1 million per employee. And in fact, you would be lucky to find other industries where you could make $1 million a head. Yeah, I don't know what it was, Zenith. Like, they just, like, didn't get my point. I tried to explain to them that I worked with cloud service providers, and I listed the cloud service providers I worked with, and that we get more support Monday to Friday during normal business hours than we do after hours. I mean, some of it is what I'll say is copycat behavior. But honestly, in every organization I've worked at, which I'll say is not a lot of organizations, they all do not have, they all like get rid of all the supervisors and managers as much as they can. Like, so many orgs like I've been in as an IT person have basically said, yeah, we don't have any management positions or anything like that. We're not going to do any of that. And it's a very flat organization. I don't know, Gail. Your question is as good as mine because he's still going. Thank you, Gail. I like the Interrobang too. I honestly feel like project management software is really getting to the point where it's trying to cut out a lot of the middle managers. Most of the time when I see stuff that's supervisor, then manager and stuff like that, it's not digital work like what I do, it's physical work, right? Like, at least that's been what I've noticed. And like a social media manager, like you kind of have to have one. Because I've worked at some companies, right? And we had to have a social media team because what would happen is people would complain on social media, it would start to go viral, and we would need to answer them for support. Otherwise, we have this thing blowing up on social media that's a mess. Because I can, Gail. I'm farming tier 2 because I can. So, like, if you're like a super small business, it probably doesn't matter. But a lot of really small businesses, what they do is they partner with a company to manage their social media now. I know that's just an example, but I've just seen it where I've worked and why they did what they did. And I've been in IT support where it was like, so-and-so said this on social media, we need to get them an answer immediately, and they kind of skip the queue. Well, let's see, Gail. 26 billion for 4100, Gail, and 37 for 7500. So tier 2 is actually better again. And really, when it comes down to your employee headcount, it really just boils down to how much profit you make per employee. And as long as you're making enough profit per employee, then, you know, that kind of drives you, is your headcount too big or too small? And with all the AI stuff, so many companies are just trying to get rid of people, or just not hire people in the first place. That's funny that you mentioned that, Johnny, because it's actually the other way. And I can give you an example. There's a video on Kurzgesagt, and it's about automation. And if you look at that video, it compares the size of Google, which made, I forget what Google's metric is. But it compared the size of Google and the amount of money that Google made, and it compared it to the amount of money that GMAC made in 1980, okay? And I believe it adjusted them for inflation in terms of 2012 dollars, okay? If I remember correctly, and again, this is from memory, so I may be inaccurate, when GMAC made the equivalent that Google made, GMAC had 10 times the employees that Google did. Because Gail, I have other researches. It's for Little Tower, Gail. To me, run history is just not a priority. I forget what the numbers were. So GMAC actually did have, like, I want to say it was 10 times the employees and made the same amount of money in 1980 compared to Google today. So Google had 1/10 as many employees and made the same amount of money. I'm not 100% sure on that, but but I'm pretty sure that was right. And of course, 1980 was GMAC's like peak year before I forget what happened. No, the car company. GMAC, the car company. General Motors. Wow, I got sniped by a ray at 2700. Holy crap. And that, I got sniped. I got sniped by Miko. And it's fine that I got sniped by him. Because I'm 6th, but that almost was not good. We're only going to do a couple runs, Gail. I'm trying to, like, obviously I can't load up the video right now because I'm streaming, but it's Kurzgesart's automation video actually goes into the numbers. Because they directly compare GMAC of 1980 versus Google, and just the amount of employees was dramatically different. I want to say it was a factor of 10, but it could have been smaller, like a factor of 5. And again, I don't have an external source for that, so I don't remember if I tried to look this up before. I kind of just took Kurzgesagt at their word, because they're usually pretty good at researching this kind of stuff. Because, Gail, if you do the infinity strategy in the tower, and you don't stop before wave 1500 or something like that, you will get auto-banned. No, so Kurzgesagt is a channel on YouTube. Oh, yeah, we can do it now. On that channel on YouTube, they have an episode on automation. Everybody say goodbye to Chrissy. I'm sorry that she joined the guild and never played again. Goodbye, Chrissy. Sorry we have to remove you, but it's been 55 days. Okay, you can apply now. WWALF2. And in there, they cite the 2. Oh, maybe this article. There we go. Now you're in. I mean, it's like the largest employer is Walmart, I think, in the United States. And, like, the largest employer is Walmart, and Walmart has, like, the lowest median income. Or, median wage. What do you want to see coins per hour, Gail? You need to be more specific. It's actually a really good one. It's, Johnny, it's one of the really, Alright, but Gail, you realize this is not a farming run. So coins per hour on a run that's not a farming run is generally not what we would consider a useful metric. But okay. Little Tower is doing 7 million. I generally, Gail, I just don't use that because this is one of those things I wish they would fix, is they could make both display at the same time. I really wish they would fix that. Oh, I had spelled it wrong. It was one of the more interesting ones to me. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I got it. I found it. I found the numbers, Johnny. General Motors in 1979 employed 800,000 plus people. It made $11 billion in earnings. And I'm like 99% sure these are adjusted for numbers in 2012. Okay? Google in 2012 employed 58,000 people and had earnings of 14 billion. So it was more than a factor of 10. It was like, that's probably like a factor of, off the top of my head, like 13. Probably 12 and a half. So Google has like 1/8. No, sorry, not 1/8. No, that has to be, sorry, 12 and a half. I got it wrong. Two 25ths. I don't know why that took me so long, of the amount of employees. That can't be right. Maybe it can. Alright, now we're going to bust out the calculator. No. The overall episode was about automation, and what the overall episode was about how, in terms of total hours worked in the United States, the hours worked between, I want to say it was 1980 and 2010. Again, like, it's kind of fuzzy. I watched this a while ago. It was the same amount of hours worked. So it was showing how much automation had increased our productivity. And it wasn't like automation taking away jobs from GMAC specifically. It was more like automation in general, and how it was basically changing the way our economy works, because we're working the same amount of hours, but obviously our population from 1980 to now is, I don't remember how many more millions of people, but we're able to maintain the same amount of hours worked with our increased productivity. That was the fundamental thesis of the video, of how automation is changing things. But my point was, I was comparing these two companies to show that, like, Google had much fewer employees than an equivalent GMAC back in 1979. Oh, it was closer to 1 out of 14. I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, but the thing was, they're comparing by revenue. So when you compare by revenue, I don't think it's. Well, Hold on, Gail. Well, Gail, we'll see. Gail, what I'm trying to tell you, and you're not listening, is I'm really not that concerned about getting Wave 100 in Tier 21 because I need to farm coins. That's our fundamental miscommunication we're having, Gail. I mean, but what your point is more about scalability. It's really hard to scale up a manufacturing company to manufacture enough of a product to make that kind of money. And yes, that's absolutely true. But in terms of what Kurzgesagt is saying, is that in terms of revenue, General Motors 1979, that version of that today was Google 2012. So in terms of an economic powerhouse, that's what they're saying. So like, so when you say there are a lot of worthless jobs, I'm trying to say there's not really, because again, like the amount of people per economic output is going down. Like fewer people for the same or more output. And the thing with food is the food problem fundamentally is the same issue we have with women making babies, right? 9 women can't make a baby in 1 month. It's the same thing with food. And there's other headwinds with food that make it different, but fundamentally, like, we haven't changed in a fundamental way how food grows. We've increased the density, but we haven't increased the speed. If we can increase the speed that food grows, that's the only way prices change. In my opinion. Also, food is always going to be relative to the amount of people that are consuming food. So it's like, not only do we have to make more food in general because our population is still growing, but I forgot what I was trying to say. So like, well, we have to not only make more food, but for food to go down, we have to make a lot more food to feed the same amount of people. Because then you have too much food, and then the price will go down. There is no coins per hour. It's only 2. You can only do minute or this scale. There is no coins per hour toggle that you can see here. Wow. I didn't realize it was 1/14 as many people. And another comparison they had was Blockbuster versus Netflix. So Blockbuster, 84,000 people, 6 billion. All right, Gail, I'll go to round stats. You're very bossy, Gail, you know that? And we're at 253 million. So I'll switch this back then. And then Netflix in 2016, 4,500 people, 9 billion in earnings. So when you look at that, 9 billion for 4,500 people, and that's not enough. Is that 2 million an employee? I think that is 2 million an employee. So yeah, Netflix is actually 2 million an employee, which is crazy compared to Blockbuster, which was 6 billion for 84,000 people. Whoops, 6 billion. I did the wrong thing. Which is $71,000 a person. So, the economic advantage of Netflix with these 2016 numbers, Zenith, is specifically because Netflix was paying a license fee for all the shows. So, when you just have to pay a license fee for old shows, so this is 2016, so yes I do, Gail. So this is 2016, this is like the golden age of streaming, like that you don't have anymore. This is when Netflix had everything. Every company out there was just willing to license Netflix the rights for streaming. And so, you know, they had that in favor of them, you know? And I mean, I think with AI, guys, we're going to see a one-person company with a valuation of $1 billion. I don't know what company it's going to be, but somebody out there is going to make a company with no employees worth $1 billion. So, I mean, the downfall of streaming services, Zenith, is this simple problem. Every company saw how much money that Netflix was making. Then they said, why are we licensing our products for this flat fee so that Netflix can make all this money? And then what they did is they started removing their stuff from Netflix. And as they removed their stuff from Netflix, basically then you start getting this streaming service fragmentation. And then as the streaming services fragment, effectively, for the consumer, streaming is worse. Because now the ecosystem is more fragmented. You now have to subscribe to more services to get what you used to get by just subscribing to Netflix. I mean, to me, the solution to this problem is simple, but with our government, they would never implement it. I don't know who here is familiar with the historical court decision called the Paramount Decree. Yeah, but I know the solution to all this, Zenith. Who's here familiar with the Paramount Decree? Gail, I have no choice over when intro sprint stops on Big Tower. It stops when I take too much damage. So, way back when, basically, who knows what a movie theater is? Everybody's like familiar with a movie theater, right? We don't all get our movies from Netflix. So, way back when movie theaters were first a thing, what happened is all of the Hollywood, it doesn't affect cinema chains, Sar, but I'll get there. There used to be vertical integration between the Hollywood studios and movie theaters. And so what that means is you didn't have like AMC, you didn't have, I don't know any other movie theater besides AMC. What's another one? Regal? Is Regal one of them? Gail, we're going to get back to the tower. We're talking about business now, Gail. Yeah, you didn't have drive-through movie theaters or any of that, right? Basically, what happened is everything was vertically integrated. So Disney had Disney theaters, and Universal had Universal theaters. And what was happening is the Hollywood movie production companies started to buy up movie theaters. And then what they would do is they would say, we're only going to show our movies here. So you might want to see a Universal movie. You can't see it because this is a Disney movie theater. And so they all did that. What happened is this got to the court. It was Paramount versus United States versus Paramount, if I remember correctly. And the Supreme Court ruled that this is an antitrust violation and issued what's called the Paramount Decree. So what the Paramount Decree said basically was, if you make movies, you can't own movie theaters. And if you're a movie theater, you can't make movies. You can only do one or the other. So all the big Hollywood movie production companies had to divest from their movie theater holdings. And that's where we got AMC, Cinemark, and Cineplex from. And then they could choose what movies they wanted to exhibit. And that Paramount decree, it was actually rolled back, I want to say recently. I actually was very sad that it was rolled back. But that's what the Paramount decree is. Now, what I have said, and I actually wrote a complaint to the FTC, is that we need to bring back the Paramount decree for streaming. And what would that mean for streaming? That would mean it would be illegal if you own content, you couldn't have a streaming service. And if you're a streaming service, you can't own content. And if they did that and issued a Paramount decree for streaming, streaming would get a second golden age. Because it would mean that like Disney would have to divest from Disney Plus and Hulu. And basically, streaming services would get to be independent from content. And one of the other things they have to do, well, I'm going to tell you what the issue is. The content owners don't like it. And then then there could be no exclusivity agreements. Like Disney could not make an agreement with Hulu to say, well, we're only going to let you Hulu stream our shows. No, Disney would have to offer a flat rate pricing for any streaming service to buy their stuff. Yeah, it's not going to happen because of money, right? Like if this ever happened, Disney would be against it. Paramount would be against it. All of them would be against it because you could then Netflix would be against it because you'd now subscribe to just one service, theoretically, and get the selection from everybody. You know? I want it because then streaming services would have to compete not on their content libraries, but they would have to compete on the quality of their service. But that's why, because then they would have to compete on price and quality of service, and they don't want to compete on those things. Like, why would you want to compete on those when you can compete on capital investments that other services can't match as easily, you know? Because theoretically, right, like if that ever happened, I could start up a streaming service, I could get licenses from everybody, and I could do my own streaming service and undercut Netflix. And I would have the same catalog as Netflix, and maybe my service is worse, or, you know, like, maybe something's worse, but I could build an alternative to Netflix. Like, that's a reasonable thing that could be done with this separation between streaming service and capital. But, you know, that's not the world we live in. I don't expect that to ever happen. Mostly because we're in an era of deregulation and not regulation. Anyways, that was my really long legal rant. I mean, that's another question. You know, Johnny, the other part of this is, why is copyright so long? So, for example, Gail is excited I made it to Wave 93. Sorry. You're in first place, Gail? What wave did you get to, Gail? Oh, you mean in the comments? Yeah, congrats, Gail, on first place. Sorry you got beat. No, I got crushed at 95. And so if you want the answer to that, Johnny, that goes back to so there's two things I can reference to that. One is there was a speech by the director Steven Soderbergh at the San Francisco Film Festival, and they asked him, like, what's going on with movies, and he goes, well, it's two things. It's the theaters don't want to take risks, and well, I guess it's three things. A lot of the audience don't like the movies that we used to get now. Like, the current audience doesn't like them. The international market is larger than ever, so you have to cater to the international market. And movies are so much more expensive than they've ever been. Matt Damon addresses it a little bit differently in Hot Ones, but he comes to the same fundamental conclusion. Now, one of the things I don't understand when I get to Matt Damon is I don't understand how streaming ate DVD's lunch. I don't understand that. I'm giving it another try, Gail. This is the last try, though. And anyways, what Soderbergh said is basically the audience doesn't want complicated movies anymore. The international market doesn't want complicated movies because it's hard to export cultural specificity. Now, again, I would actually push back against that point a little bit because of the success of, say, Claire. What is it? It's not Claire. What is that stupid game? Claire Obscure Expedition 33. While I know that's a video game, that video game is so explicitly French and drenched in French culture, yet that still, even with all of that, was able to become such a large video game. Again, it's a video game, not a movie, so, you know, there is that difference there. But that was one of the examples. Anyways, that's what he said. And that Matt Damon, what he said is basically it was the loss of rentals and DVD. Again, don't really agree with the rental thing because you can rent a movie online for like a couple bucks. I think actually online it's $4 a rental, which is, to me, highway robbery. So I don't understand how that was the thing, but he said streaming services ate the DVD's lunch. Now, I do understand that streaming services would reduce the need to rent DVDs and rent video in general. But I don't understand why Hollywood would, if the DVD made so much money, why are you selling it to streaming services for so much less, right? That's the part that I didn't understand. You know, like if you're telling me Netflix is making $9 billion on 4,500 employees, right? And you're telling me that, like, he used to say it was called the double open. A lot of Matt Damon's movies Matt Damon used to make. He said basically what would happen is you'd make the movie, you'd make whatever you made from opening in the movie, and then you always knew you had the DVD coming in behind you, and that was like a second opening of the movie. And I'm always like I'm baffled. And that just baffles me because he's talking about like, I mean, I don't know all the math about how much streaming services are paying, right, per movie, right? But I mean, I don't know. How many subscribers does Netflix have? Isn't it like 23 million? No, I'm off by a factor of 10. It's 301 million subscribers from Netflix, okay? Are you telling me that the theaters are in such a weak position on their movies that they can't say, we will license this movie for you for 50 cents a subscriber? 50 cents a subscriber for any movie gone to Netflix is $150 million. And I doubt it would be 50 cents. And again, I know that the 301 million, they're not all paying the same amount, and you have to have regional pricing and blah 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 blah. But my point is, like, Netflix has such a huge subscriber base that I don't see how they can't you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how the Hollywood can't say your subscriber base is so huge. You need to give us more. Well, Gail, it happened. It's over. I gave you your 3 attempts. 4 attempts. I gave you 5 attempts, Gail. So, like, I'm not doubting Matt Damon, because obviously Matt Damon would know because he makes movies for a living and I don't, right? Okay, 6 attempts then, Gail. So don't think I'm doubting Matt Damon and questioning him. I am more questioning the like, how are streaming services getting it for so cheap then, you know? Like, like, not just how, but why would a movie theater give it away to a streaming service for so little? If they made so much more on DVD, you know? 6-7, Gail. Some things, you know, I just don't understand. I can understand if they're going to say, like, I mean, realistically, what was everybody's budget for renting movies? You know? Everyone's budget for renting movies could not have been a huge budget. You know? I would say probably 1 movie a week is probably reasonable. Maybe 2 movies a week if you were getting stuff off the discount rack, like not the new releases. I mean, as a kid, I will tell you right now, I never rented a new release ever in my life, because there's no point to rent the new release, because you could just wait like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and get it for half the price, you know? I will say, I feel like there was, like, in the olden times when I was a kid, the hype machine was a lot weaker. All right, good night, Zenith. You have a great evening and happy farming, man. Oh, well, the United States has 82 million people subscribed to Netflix. That's insane! 1 out of every 4 people is subscribed to Netflix. So if you look around and count your 3 friends that are watching the stream with you, statistically, 1 of you is subscribed to Netflix. That's insane. There's no more attack and defense for me to research, Gale. I researched it all. What attack and defense research, Gale, do you think I'm missing? I got them all, Gale. I got all of them. The only one I don't have is Super Crit. Yeah, okay, I don't have absolute defense. I'm not checking, Gale. It's over. Gale, you have to accept it and let it go. I will be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, Gale, the reason I'm not checking is because almost everything has been maxed. Almost everything has been maxed, excuse me. Fine, Gale, we will not believe me. Oh, it doesn't matter, I screwed this up anyways. Gale, you're getting bossier by the day, you know that? I realized I had the wrong modules. So look, Gale. You don't believe me, but, you know, it's whatever. There's a few wall labs I haven't done. We're not doing that. There's the recovery labs. We're not doing those. There's defense percent, and we're not doing that one. And, all the other labs are gold. Except defense absolute. So there's nothing, Gale. There's nothing. So the ones I need to do are super crit chance, super crit molt, which are not getting done anytime soon, Gale. I want to be extremely clear on that. Recovery package max, recovery package amount, and some of the wall labs. We have health, regen, thorns, and fortification. Oh, and health regen. I still need to work on health regen. What do you mean about coins? Well, we got 6th. I didn't realize Milko was here. That's fine. 6th or 5th, same thing. Oh, wait. You know what? While we're here... we're gonna check... the vault. Okay, no, we're not gonna spend anything in the vault. Okay, never mind. What do you want to see, Gale? You want to see this? There's the bonus breakdown. Did I buy everything in the event? I did. What do you want to see coins per kill about? My coins per kill lab is maxed, Gale, if that's what you're getting at. Gale, very, very surprising to see you make a knife emoji. Yeah, the coins per... that research is maxed, Gale. Coins per kill, I maxed that research a long time ago. Funny you should mention that, Gale. Little Tower is researching it right now. Look at this. Coins per kill, level 30. 40. Researching. He's 39. So it's already being researched. I am gonna update my ultimate sheet. I could not get the sheet to work correctly. Like my effective paths sheet, when I checked the box to keep things synced, it just didn't work. All right, so I'm gonna look. We're gonna round some of these up since we're here. We'll move out of the way. Coins per kill, we got 39 done. Black hole coin bonus is level 20. We have completed that one. Golden Tower is, we're going to do 19 and 19 for that, because we almost got the 1 to 19. Death Wave is 12. I think Shockwave, not Shockwave, it's, it is, Spotlight is, 12 as well, okay. 11. Where are you? Coin bonus 12. And Spotlight, Spotlight. Oh. Now, with all that, it has to recalculate everything. Yeah, so the next one I'm going to need to do is the improved trade-off perks. Which, that one is actually a fairly short research, which is good. It's funny, because now my effective paths is basically you should do improved trade-off perks. You should do coins per kill. And two it has standard perks on there twice, and Death Wave coin bonus. It's almost solid coins per kill now. Still haven't been able to fix how that's calculated. That's why I was going to swap in Spotlight coin bonus instead of the coins per kill bonus. Oh, I actually should wait. Am I researching Spotlight? I mean, I'm researching Death Wave. Okay. It wants me to research Death Wave. I should technically swap in improved trade-off perks right now and just basically finish that one, but we'll do that one later. I'll do that when I finish. That'll be the first one I do when I finish Golden Tower. One of them's almost done. So yeah, like Gale, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of like 20 research recommendations from Effective Paths, Gale, 12 of them are coins per kill. 12. Yeah, coins per kill is like the number one thing I should be researching. Johnny, I actually have no idea. So Faust and I are gonna at one point go through everything. I haven't respec with Free Up Mastery yet. I need to. I have gotten it up to something. I've just been busy with work, and it's going to take like I think Foss said he wanted. It's probably going to take like an hour. So I haven't had time to, it's not that I haven't had time. It's the time that I've had and the time that he's available. The overlap hasn't been there. Yes, Gale, it is. So I don't know what he wants me to do yet, is what I'm trying to say, in a very roundabout way. I assume, Johnny, it's going to be min-range farming with a very specific shockwave size. I don't know what else, though. That's what I assume we're going to change. He said I need to lock 4 things, and I don't know what the other things are. It could be knockback, but I don't know why knockback would be problematic for me. But I really just don't know. All right, Gale. Have a great evening, Gale, and happy farming. We'll see you next time, okay? There's a lot of manipulation you can do with the size, your range, and shockwave is what I found out. I don't know which one. I don't know which one that he wants to. Which one he thinks would be more successful for me. I'm assuming we have to do some stuff, do some experiments and stuff like that. Aw! Aw, man, I got demoted! Damn it! Damn it, I was so happy, and now I get kicked in the tail. Suffering succotash. I shouldn't have checked. I wouldn't have been this upset if I didn't look. Yeah, it's whatever. Little Tower's making progress on his own terms, which is all that matters, really. The thing is, too, when I finish like all these econ researches up with Little Tower, then I can focus on defense researches, and that's when I really feel like Little Tower's actually going to take off. When I can actually focus on, like, I got all the basic econ researches done. Like, I got Black Hole coin bonus max, the Golden Tower research is max, Death Wave coin bonus max, Spotlight coin bonus max. When I get all those researches maxed, wow, that's rough. Then I'll be able to do something like health percent for Little Tower, and I'll be able to do something like he hasn't researched defense percent yet. So I know that not having defense percent is technically holding him back. But I want to finish these other econ researches first anyways. So it's like, I'm okay with having that temporary handicap if it means that I can get these really big econ researches done. And then, probably by the time I have all that done, or at least situated, we're going to end up looking at, okay, now you can get the wall. And if I get the wall, oh, that'll be something. And there's a couple researches like I want just for the hell of it, like Spotlight missiles. I would really like to have Spotlight missiles unlocked on Little Tower, simply because of the ones that are like, oh, hit the events that are like, oh, hit it with a smart missile, which Spotlight missile counts as a smart missile if you have it unlocked. But I don't know when I don't even know when I'll get to that. I'm just surprised that basically what I need to research for econ is almost entirely coins per kill bonus at this point, which is just wild to me. But that's good, because that means I've made it, like, over the hump. I'm very much looking forward to just getting over that hump. Yeah, I'm trying to get over the hump, sir. Not my hump, the game hump. Alright, but guys, I do think we're going to wind this down now. We didn't get to see Fuzzy, which is a shame, and neither did we get to see Nick, but that's okay. I feel like we're at a good spot. So once again, also I'm kind of like tired. So once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again. And I hope you have a great day. Good night, everybody. And, don't forget to like it, please. And creator code Zaerdin. Thanks again, and happy farming, guys.